I think this marks the first time I've ever won a sneaker raffle. Just to be clear, I didn't win the shoes. I won the opportunity to buy the shoes. What a concept, right? Hey guys, my name is Mykee. I'm one half of the Kicks, Vibes, and Life sneaker podcast, and welcome to Footnotes. Footnotes is a series on this channel where we give you news, reviews, and more from sneaker culture. And today, we're back with another review. Last year, Nike tied up with Korean music superstar G-Dragon on a collaborative Air Force 1 with an upper decked out in black paint which wears away with use. They were very popular among G-Dragon fans and sneaker fans as well. They were quite limited and sold for a sizable amount of money on the resale market. That shoe was officially called Peaceminusone x Nike Air Force 1 PARANOISE. Though it's technically a collaboration with his Peaceminusone brand, Nike and G-Dragon link up once again this year to drop the Peaceminusone x Nike Air Force 1 PARANOISE 2.0. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the box, what we have here is a glossy black Nike box that's usually reserved for footwear released with the SP designation. The only difference is that the sides come done up with artwork which I believe was made by G-Dragon himself. There are some words that I can see, but since the art itself is chopped up, I can't make out the entire message. The label is stuck on the slide-out portion of the box. Info on the label is standard. Model name, sizing, and the official colorway is white, black, and white. Inside the box you get nice extra details on the paper that wraps the shoes. The papers are strewn with Nike swooshes with the words "Just Do It" written in Korean. How do I know this? I asked my sister. She's been studying Korean, so she knows way more than I do. Going into the shoes, the white you see on the uppers is painted over the base material, just like last year's release. Designed to wear away through normal wear and tear, the white layer is painted over original G-Dragon artwork. In terms of the paint itself, it's matte in finish and pretty smooth to the touch. If you look closely, there are lines and stress points that have already formed around the uppers. It isn't anything to be bothered about though, because the white will wear off anyway. Contrasting against the white uppers are black accents seen on the tumbled leather swoosh, the Nike Air branding on the heel tabs, thick laces with red lace tips, and the paint streaks found on the midsole. The rubber outsole is pretty standard fare for these Air Force 1s. With the added detail of black paint, the stars on the toes and heels, and the circular pivot points are all here. Other details include tumbled leather tongues with the Peaceminusone flower logos embroidered on top, Peaceminusone logos on the inside of the shoe, and insoles that feature original G-Dragon artwork. The shoes also come with an extra set of white laces. They're thick and flat, with black lace tips bearing the Peaceminusone flower logo. They also come with plugs you can place on the lace holes for an added bit of customization. Seeing them up close, it's like viewing a work of art. Pretty hands-off if you know what I mean. I say this because I have to admit there was a part of me that didn't want to put them on just because of how nice they were. But this is a sneaker channel and we wear our shoes, so it's time to get into the fit and feel. Even if you're familiar with the fit and feel of a Nike Air Force 1, putting these on was quite an experience. For those curious, Air Force 1s in general feel very clunky and a bit heavy compared to other sneakers on the market. But once you get used to that, Air Force 1s in my opinion are some of the comfiest sneakers you can get once you've broken them in. It may take a while, but once you do break them in, you'll know what I'm talking about. Going back to the PARANOISE pair, whatever clunkiness you feel when trying on new Air Force 1s gets turned up a little bit with this pair due to the painted nature of the uppers. even without moving much, you'll hear the paint cracking. It's a little strange, but then again, that's what's supposed to happen. In terms of sizing, Air Force 1s fit big and wide. I wear a 9.5 in most Nike and Jordan shoes. I sized down to a 9 in Air Force 1s and I still have a bit of an allowance. So take that into consideration when picking up a pair. Before going into my overall thoughts on the shoes, check out how they look on feet. By joining a local raffle hosted by Titan. Local shops have already sold out on the pair, so if you're looking, the resale market is your best bet. Overall, I prefer these more than the first release because I feel like the contrast between the white and the artwork under the paint will pop more. Well, I haven't cracked the paint yet, but we'll see for sure. And I guess I just have a general preference for white Air Force 1s as well. Even if you take out how limited they are, who's associated with them, or how financially rewarding flipping a pair of these can be, I just think these are a nice pair of shoes to have just because they provide a unique experience that comes with actually wearing them. Sure, you can strip the paint, and there are a lot of videos out there that'll teach you how to do it, but where's the fun in that? The uppers will wear away depending on how you wear them. If you wear them frequently, if you wear them pretty hard, all of that stuff will show, and it's not something anybody can just replicate. Sure, the concept of sneakers with wear-away painted uppers isn't new. Off the top of my head, I remember there being the past G-Dragons, Lance Mountain Jordan 1s, a couple of recent Jordan 1 SBs, and probably my favorites, the Converse X Mazon Margiela Chucks and Jack Purcells. But the whole point is to create something that's unique to you by wearing the shoes. So if you're gonna strip away all of the paint, then why'd you buy them in the first place? Anyway, that ends this review. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on Footnotes, the current rotation, steel spotting, and of course, our namesake podcast. Did you luck out on the raffles as well? Let me know in the comments below. I'm also thinking of doing a follow-up video on the shoes once I put some time in wearing them. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know. Once again, my name is Mykee. I just want to take a couple of seconds to say happy holidays to everybody watching. Thank you so much for all your support. I know 2020 has been a crazy year, and I do hope everybody gets to catch a little bit of a break over the holidays. So thank you again, and I'll catch you all in the next one.